Alright. Let's wake up the captioner and get to it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another day. Today we are playing the DGG #1 Open. So we have a bracket that looks like this. I am matched up against Kolsvid. Maybe hard to see, so we can zoom in. We have almost a perfect bracket. And the deck that we're playing today is hilarious. I'm going to put it on screen real quick. It tries to beat the enemy with Haru specs by making them draw cards, making them draw too many cards. We are starting now. Good luck, have fun. Yes, indeed. We are starting out the gate with something incredible. Our hand is already good, but we have to fish for the spell that lets us draw cards. This guy lets us draw cards. Haru specs is here. So the idea of this deck is we make them overdraw so much that this thing just does damage to them. One of these. Another one of these. Taking his mana. Lady Lock is too late. Oh, here we go. Now we can draw cards off our deaths if we don't lose both our units, which we probably will, so plan B is we refill. And every so often I'll be tabbing over to do some TO work. So I'll have to manually update this. Start the tournament! Alright. The key of this deck is duplicating your Kajutas. Plan B is not known. It's either going to be a large creature. Yeah. It's not recommended that anybody play this deck, by the way. This is a Zohan special. So let's see. Opponent has a creature capture. I have a lot of sustain and redraw, but bad situation with the board. Could build a second Haru Specs. Bastion's probably not on time. I don't think Spikes is the refill we want right now. Can we really fade one more turn? I don't think so. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna draw a card for us both. 2 Dance of Dreams is interesting to see. So if I give him a Progenitor, I'll have to just move faster than him. If I give him a Bastion, I don't think my board does quick enough. But if I copy a Bastion, let's just double our beater. Well, I don't have any opportunities to cash in Dance of Dreams just yet. I am gonna have to deal with the egg problem I gave myself, though. Replacing the Dance of Dreams just feels incorrect for the deck, because it's such an important piece. But really the most important piece was the 2/2 Kajutas. Definitely needed to save one of those. Because now we are Bastions out the Awazu. So the most dangerous eggs are at the top and bottom. Probably playing 2 Bastions. So let's get tanky, I guess. Put them here and here so I can Progenitor them. Well, looks like this is done. GG. Well, it is accomplishing the goal of dropping out quickly with a Zohan deck, but maybe we'll up the deck quality slightly to get a more competitive game too. Alright. Next up, perhaps something slightly more powerful. Well, I do like me a Lilith. Let's go really fast with Lilith. Yeah. Some good stuff in here. Hard to see what the pitch. All my payoffs all at once. That's not good. Okay, Cryptographer is a consideration because we can Owl and BBS. Let's do that. Gotta deny the mana from him. Okay, so we have a victory to report for Zane. Zane! Congratulations! Yosh. Okay, next up, Agent Cypher has gotten a 2-0. Well, with 4 mana, we can Summon 2 dudes. And with this 5th mana, we can cast this too. So I'll just throw it all down. This will protect these 1/2s. Yes, we've got 1 person already in the round of 3. And we'll give Koza a bit of a fight. Oh, Litigris is a good one. Chakram is gonna deal with everything though. Like, 1 Chakram hit kills the whole board. Is it my turn? No more mana? Yeah, he has to clear it. I actually don't have a kill on Litigger anymore, unless I lure? Okay, well, excellent clearing of my board. Oh, more updates. Left hook got bopped. Two wins for Hoshpack. As for this, we can draw a card, which is probably better than getting an artifact. Okay, I can spam. Spamming is what this deck likes to do, so let's do it. I don't know about trading health. Let's do it. Zero minions, excellent. Oh, I can go back up to 6. I guess I'll pressure the Tigris. So she can't just summon for free all the time. Oh, we got Sunfucker. too. Snowy got a 2-0 over girls. Things are certainly happening over here. Oh no, she's got her own chalk round. Well, good game. Wait, no lethal? Alright. Well, we have managed to do the successful short run. Congratulations, y'all. Well played. It looks like things are in motion. Quick update on the bracket. We've got Poncho Mango taking a lead. We got Hoshpack that we can spectate. Snowy Onion is waiting for the winner of Stoic vs. Creakin. And we got a bunch of high levels duking it out at the bottom half of the bracket. Let's see what we can see. We can actually spectate Colesvid, who knocked me out, versus Kieran? Ooh. Good luck. Okay, so we are currently speeding up to match their current game state. Kieran playing mid-high. Excellent, we've sped up to exactly here. Obelisks out of Cosvid. Might be a more specialized counter. They may be on game 2, and maybe this is his counter pick. But he's not safe, because with juxtaposition, you can change the Scroll Bandit with the Obelisk and just go ham. So, Cosvid is going to have to be careful here. Feels fitting to spectate him, since he knocked me out. Have a good time once he gets 6 mana, although Songhai is wasting no time. So when a spell is stolen from this faction, you gotta assume that it's Blood of Error, even though he's got one in his hand. There is a giant creature that needs to be dealt with, so he's probably just gonna try to Blood of Error it. Which is enough to give him leftover mana for an Iron Shroud. It's very brittle iron though. Dies in one hit. Very efficient clear with Blood of Air. Panda's a huge problem for Xerix because these 2/1s just melt. And the Scroll Bandit fun never ends. We don't even know what spell he stole. No option to get the healer, but next turn he can just drop it. It's too bad this Winder respawned in a place that the Panda can't get hit by it. It's not doing anything here. Play is probably clear the Panda, drop Portal Guardian down here. Allomancer also seems pretty decent against Songhai. Let's see what he can do. And he has to attack with the 2-1 first, otherwise the Panda just kills it with its ability. Interesting choice to take 2 steps left, but he's doing that so he can cover his backstab flank with this. So this is a good formation against backstab. He's going to need a spell to do anything. Mind you, if Kieran did steal Blood of Air, yep, there it is. Cosvid doesn't approve! Oh no, the efficiency. And he may have just stole another or something else. Juxtaposition. Oh, get sent to Narnia. That's super unfortunate for our protagonist, Cosvid, especially now that there's a Zendo. You just have to transform it to clear the board. And this other healer is really key to get this first healer going. Okay, this is starting to look pretty good. Although 6 cards in hand for Songhai, you have to think he's got an advantage. Could equip the backstab mask. Who knows? Suzumibachi. The captioner actually did pretty good there. Gotta give it props. So the full surround is pretty awkward, but the extra healer in hand really makes it not so bad. Because are you really going to clear these to proc a 10 health swing? Complete lockdown and one more turn before this other healer can hit, so this is starting to look pretty awkward. The play is probably to do another Narnia strat, where you teleport your unit to the corner and then you just swap them back. Transformation into a panda is also a good option, but that's about it for good options. Okay. He was calculating lethal all along. Backstab up. Killing edge. The monster Kieran is on the run. Watch out. Let's look over here. Poshback is currently fighting Poncho Mango. Poncho Mango's on a golem plan with Xerix instead of just doing obelisks and dervishes. similar looking Songhai deck though. Alright, we have caught up to real time. Oh, Poncho Mango with an excellent spell. Scion's second wish to turn this into a beater. I also have Poncho Mango on my friend list now, so despite who advances, I'll be able to see the rest of their journey. This pig is safely in the corner where it can't do much except clear this, which seems like the obvious play. You just do it. But that leaves him with nothing. So maybe he's looking to teleport this somewhere and get more value. One possible streaming setup is if you have two people playing against each other that are both on your friends list, you can open up two tabs and watch them both at the same time, just to see the second hand. Because Mango's got 3 something. Card draw, then he blinks it and then swaps it. Okay, not yet. Zendo's really nice to see as soon as he hits 6. And for those of you wondering where we currently are, Poncho Mango versus Hoshpack, we are right here, round 3. The winner is going to face the winner of Snowy Onion, and a very slow series that it still hasn't happened yet. I don't know what's going on. Alright, so Hoshpack. Wait, we do have an update. Stoic Rooster takes it. Yeah. Cool stuff. Alright, so he opted to do the Zenda, which is gotta be the right thing to do, because it just takes control away from your opponent. This is way too many things to take care of with just this panda, though. He can run rampant with the Flame Wraith, because he can proc it with his ability and with Jux. So he can do some damage. It's not going to be great, though. And this Jaguar is too slow. And Unless he puts down the Jaguar, buffs up Zendo a whole bunch. We're going for the good old Flame Wreath. When in doubt, Flame Wreath's out. So he probably blinks this down and right to clear 2 units. But he might be trying to play more defensively. And up instead. Zendo could actually kill off this jammer, but then he doesn't get the card draw, so there's some trade-off. It's worth it though. So this was actually a pretty decent clear. Poncho Mango has a little bit of a life advantage. That's about it. Blood of Air. This is like perfect removal. He meant to clear his Wind Dervish, but he messed it up because his Wind Dervish would have died, but this is a nerfed Flame Wreath. So Flame Wreath usually has 2 attack and would have cleared this Wind Dervish. Oh my goodness. So this nerf was actually a buff because this Blood Tier cannot come in and trade with the Flame Wreath, which was the original plan. Wow. Ooh. Now the Alchemist is gonna have to trade with Primist, and his General can't do anything, and he gets another turn with Flame Wreath. If you give someone multiple turns with Flame Wreath, you're just asking for it. And he could have cleared it if he moved his Wind Dervish up. He's probably face palming the rest of his turn away. Oh no. Wild stuff that the nerf made this actually stronger in the end. So it's looking pretty rough for Poncho because we can warp and then we can warp again, which is going to pump it right up. Interesting. Okay, I guess he doesn't want to replace anything. Card quality is too high. This Flame Wreath is possibly going to decide the game. Okay, it's finally taking care of it. It is looking... It's very close to lethal. Because this Onyx Jaguar is going to be a 5-5 by the time it hits anything, and it gets 2 movements thanks to Blink, but this unit placement is just too good. You just can't get in there. And we have some interesting card choices from Hoshpack. Chaos Elemental. This is like a gauntlet only card. I don't know what it's doing here, but Chaos. It has great stats. As soon as it takes a step, it's going to be a 5-5 thanks to the Jaguar, which is lethal. Oh, powered up Panda. This Panda can't actually do anything, but could teleport this Chaos Elemental somewhere. Two hit points? Do you have like a healer in the pocket? You have 2 cards in hand, but he's already replaced. How does Poncho Mango get out of this one? That's a good start. So he has to play around Jaguar blinking in. You can just take 2 steps down and then teleport at 2 spaces. Yep, you can take the diagonal step and teleport at 2. Good game. We have witnessed the person who destroyed me take another. Oh, he is on his way to the finals. Well, technically he's on his way to round of 4. Yes, indeed. We are back once again. And let's have a look at what we've got. Cosvid is on the other side of the bracket. So let's see what he's got. Oh. Sunfucker actually got a loss. Check this out. Okay, meanwhile we have Songhai versus our first sighting of Lionar. Also, this Songhai style is extremely spell heavy, which is cool stuff. Let's settle in and see. Let's see. Kieran was playing Songhai deck earlier, and looks like he switched up. Cosvid here is going to want to take 2 steps down, drop a Lantern Fox, goes to 3 more mana, and then doesn't get to do a lot with 3 mana. Form of a panda. That's one way to take out something with 5 hit points, because you don't want to be throwing your burn spells at minions. You want these to go face. So pandos are actually pretty dangerous with Lionar because they can just get a healing nova out of nowhere, holy immolation. So you have to play around these things. Okay, we have holy vitriol online. Gold vitriol, which does hand off a lot of Phoenix Fires, so can't be too unhappy about it. Oh, Trinity Oath into Sundrop Elixir? Look at this excellent sustain. He just doubled his hit points almost. Healing is basically how you deal with Burn Songhai, and this looks like a counter pick. This is all you can really do. Gotta burn off this artifact somehow. Oh, he can give himself backstab, but the panda is blocking backstab. So now it becomes a priority to blast. Although Kyrian is wise to this and takes a step right. A lot harder to backstab now. Ugh. Oh, and Lucent Beam, good game. This is a rough matchup for sure with all the healing to undo the burn. Kyrian is killing it. Let's see who else we got. We have another game of Mango vs. Hoshpack. Let's watch from the Mango perspective. Seem to be the same decks. Turn 1 buff Portal Guardian, pretty nice. These Chaos Elementals are still here. Okay, so gigantic Portal Guardian. Inner Focus gets a bunch of kills, pretty nice. This Portal Guardian is probably going to hit really hard. Yeah, and we're back. He's just got Chaos Elementals in his hand. Okay, maximum safety here. Oh. We have another result. Chadske, aka Kieran. He was the one that got 2-0, just one, or 2-1 right there. Makes him our second semi-finalist. Good stuff. So Flame Wraith is pretty solvable, you just drop a Lightbender in front of it. Quality constraint. Pretty good removal. He's going to keep his Lightbender for a juicier target. Hopefully hitting this Sand Swirl, or that's his own Sand Swirl, but maybe he'll find some other targets to hit. And we are running Sif instead of Xerix, so he can do this and just turn this into a 0. Because if he casted another of these constraints, it just kills anything at that point if it gets low enough. I don't know how he's going to get set up with his Jaguars this time. Not having any power on the board's pretty worrying. Like, this Portal Guardian just can't be dealt with unless he turns it into a panda or something. Dragon Seal. You just really wanted that 2-1 off the table. These EMPs are usually a great card, but when you're so reliant on spell effects, like this gigantic Guardian, you don't really want to drop them. He might look to just drop an a Lightbender here, turn off the card draw. Because he could get a second Portal Guardian out too. And he doesn't need to heal up with this much health. So probably a Guardian down here. Yeah. And then this right here. Perfect. As for the rest, who knows? I would take this 2-2 and just throw it into his face for 2 damage. Get him to 10. But he might want to keep it around for Bond or who knows what. Yeah. Okay, this seems to be in the bag. How does Songhai deal with overstated minions? Besides turning them into a panda. And they're spread out enough that you can't just dispel them with a single Lightbender. Although, if Hoshpack actually had the Lightbender, he would drop it to his left, take out the Sand Tile, take out the Guardian. He could play an EMP now too, which is even better. Killing Edge, they say it's a card that secures games. So now this is just a huge threat. He doesn't have very good options, though, because of this 11 power minion. He's going to have to take a step up and right to not die to it. There it is. And then this 2-1 needs to kill this. Oh, here's something spicy in the back. So Thunderhorn here threatens a good time. It could just be anywhere and chain everything. We have 7 damage, which is not enough. So this is no, we actually have 9 damage. This is so close to lethal. I feel you have to replace to find something that gets you there. A 3-drop that does 1 damage. Blood Tear Alchemist. Even the +1/+1 spell would do it. Because he can move the 3/3 down, 2/1 right, or there. Okay. Not going for lethal this turn. Go for lethal next turn. Doesn't matter when you win. Safaria looking good with this Dissension. He's managed to soften some of the face damage. Kaleo seems toast. Nowhere to run. This deck doesn't seem to run teleports. Oh, the paint. That does buy him a couple turns. Well, he can arrange his pados in a wall, which seems decent. And then probably one of his 2 cool creatures. EMP? Because if he uses Sand Swirl, he just gets panded again. Oh, he's doing it. Okay. He might value the text on these pandas a bunch, because they can't be attacked. So he is quite stuck. The only place he can place a minion is here, and if it's the panda, it doesn't do anything. Oh, Bakizori. Spent 5 mana to get another card draw. That's it. Mango takes it. Strong stuff. Which might even put Mango in the semifinals, where they'll be playing the victor of Snowy versus Stoic. It's the Rooster and the Onion. Alright, we're back from break because we have a situation update. Poncho Mango versus Hoshpack. We saw Poncho Mango's victory last time. Let's see if we can see it from Hoshpack's side. Okay, we brought out Arcanists to deal with the Mango. And this mana tile placement is dangerous if your opponent is running Blood Tier Alchemist or 1-drops, because they could potentially take both. But Songhai is usually not going to mess with that. It could be the Pig. You could take 2 steps out, drop the Pig, it has haste, runs out, gets the second mana. But Mango just has the reads that he's not going to do exactly that. Turn 1, I think Moggen likes doing the diagonal step into Mana Forger. That might be a player 1 start though, because that leaves him with 1 mana left over and seems bad. So he could take some steps out, drop a 2-drop, activate it, or 2 drops, a second 2-drop as well. Yeah, because he could place a Mana Forger here, move it up, drop, I guess, Scroll Bandit. This spell is probably too high value to just cast. You might even diagonal back row place something just to protect it. Hasn't made... Oh, he has done a replace. Wants to keep this 4-drop. More time to choose. I guess you're activating this. Are you stealing a mana? Wait, are you doing anything? Okay. Avatar in the back. Mango with 6 mana though. Could be a Golem Swarm coming up. Well, that's a pretty good card to keep it going. So you might think that having 2 inner focus is too much, but Scroll Bandit can just turn these into Vitruvian spells, which is probably going to be Blood of Air. Or that. Well, losing the Mana Forger's not the worst thing. He probably wants to do a diagonal step into casting this 2-drop into reactivating a bunch, because you can take this mana as well. It's too bad this Kindling is too slow to be part of this plan, because it's an incredible card. He could try to just feather a whole turn to get it down, but that seems incorrect. So you gotta keep moving. Yeah. Forward step, diagonal placement. Boom! Guess he's just gonna kill this. Or he kills them both. And look at that, 2 bloods up there. Incroyable. He even sent one of them back because he doesn't need duplicates. This is like the third time today I've seen double Dream Shaper, where the first one doesn't do anything. Okay. He probably wants to clear both of these, so if a third one drops, it doesn't draw any cards. Two incredible minions, which one do you play first? We have one that just gives you units, and we've got one that gives you attack power. He might want the kindling. Might want to clear both these Dream Shapers. He could fall back to the left row. He probably should make sure that Mango doesn't get this mana tile. Okay. He's going for unit production. Solid choice. Shidai really is the perfect Arcanist because her BBS is 2 spells at once. So you get Owl activations, a lot of kindling damage. He's pretty susceptible to a Lightbender right now though. If a Lightbender hits, that's going to be curtains, but this deck doesn't have them. Unsummon is very strong because it just got deleted because the hand was full. So Sand Swirl is actually just a kill spell in disguise. So with 6 mana, he's probably going to do more than just drop 2 minions on the board. But that might be all he has. Take 2 steps right with the Avatar. Plant your general in the swirl. This Kotetsu is a dead card. Unless he warps and uses it. You can just go for tons of damage out of nowhere. Pad to time. It has no sustain itself though, so it breaks pretty easily. Interesting choice to put the owl here. I guess he knows that it can't be cleared. Put down a second avatar and just pass. Even though this replace sphere is blue, he already replaced. Going for the damage. He took 2 Blood of Airs out of his opponent's deck, so it's going to be unlikely that this gets hit by one, but it's exactly what he needs. There we go. Dispelled. Excellent recovery by Mango. Lightbender's an incredible card. These targets are all too tiny for this removal, but this owl might be a perfect thing. It's his own owl though, so it's the only thing he's got. Probably time to drop 2 of these. He did the insta replace, so this is what he's got to work with for his turn. Best option seems to be a 4-drop and a 2-drop, and using this spell, which will put it on cooldown for 2 turns. So it's not perfect. This removal is way too huge. He could get the second owl, and then they start pumping each other. That doesn't push forward damage, though. Probably wants to put the owl right there. And then Arcanist behind them. Yeah. You might want to do... Okay, yeah, he's gonna move there just to kill that off. Pretty impressive backline here. I don't know how many more Lightbenders he's got in the pocket, but each one is gonna be massive. Back against the wall. Can't backstab this. Hold up. Chadsuke has apparently gotten a win. Congratulations, Kieran, for being our first finalist. So while we weren't looking, Grabnell did a funny. This owl now works for Mango. Oh. This extra movement could help him get in up close. This Kindling has been in the hand all game. But it's too good to replace. He could even just drop it now. He might be able to do something funny with dropping this, giving it rush with this, which pumps it up later. Pump it up again. It might be time to finally use Blood of Air. Going with the panda. We probably want to give it the spell for putting it here. He's already replaced, so it's just these. Stoic has taken down Onion. Pretty clutch clears, and if we replace and get a MDS, the game could just be over. Okay, so Lightbender doing more work. Avatar being turned off is kind of rough, but the Sage can still buff it because it counts as an Arcanist. This Portal Guardian might have to get hit by the big spell here. And we have enough mana to cast both, so that's probably fine. Lots of hit points being handed out with these owls. Really awkward positioning though, for being at 8. He might have to just cash the owl in to get rid of the 3/3. And use his general to clear the 2/1, use a spell to clear the 2/8. Oh, he's looking for higher plays. Okay, so with the Sparrowhawk, he can give himself a teleport, so he can put this Owl Sage right in his face. So here's our 2 minions. Let's hand out some hit points. He's got kind of a protective shell, but he might need to teleport immediately to get this in. This Portal Guardian hits everything around it and just gets bigger and bigger. You can't not clear it. So with the power of this gigantic owl, maybe he can still get in. Six hit points makes him pretty susceptible to some burst. But this faction does not have the same kind of mobility. So we see Grapnel again doing even more plays, which allows him to slink a unit right through it. Down to 1, and he actually has to find lethal this turn. And he can't even replace this card draw spell. This is looking like an unwinnable position for Hoshpack here. Because you just cannot clear this many minions. And he can't escape from danger. He's going through all the cards in his deck to make sure that this Kindling Replace becomes the card that he wants. Is this even worth replacing? Does it even do anything to replace it? Replacing it doesn't do anything. Might as well go YOLO. He has one backstab in the pocket. He's probably going to use it on his general to clear this. Okay, so he has 10 damage to the face, which is pretty nice. But it's 14, yeah. That's it, good game. Because he could not clear every single minion. Poncho Mango! Another win! That secures a semi-final spot. Powerful stuff. Oh, Kieran. We'll be able to spectate him in the finals now. Alright, get ready for some semi-final action. One semi-final has already been decided, and the other is just getting started. Let's have a look through Poncho Mango's perspective as he faces an Abyssian. And he's doing the No Fear mana spring right in front. So Xerix seems like a better Vitruvian against a lot of other generals, but against this one it's kind of a rough pick because this Bloodbound spell is going to straight up counter this one, where a 2/1 gets summoned and 1 damage happens to it. So we'll see how Poncho Mango can play around that. He's facing what looks like aggro and possibly drain. So there's going to be a lot of direct damage. Might not necessarily be the slow campy creep style. And this placement is pretty good. Poncho Mango is going to try to deny as much mana as he can. One way to do that is probably dropping a Portal Guardian straight on it, and then taking another mana, dropping a 2/3. Okay. Goes for the card draw. Poncho Mango's gonna look to move his Celebrant to kill this Warlock, but there's no way that Stoic Rooster's gonna give him that chance. So it's probably death of the Spelljammer. So we have an excellent archer in the back row here. This turn looks pretty good if we put down one of our Portal Guardians and then we immediately Primus Fist it, because that'll allow the Celebrant to do some pretty serious damage. Could also cash in the Spelljammer for 3 damage. Oh, for 4 damage, going face. Diagonal step, diagonal hit. Okay. So this ping is now online, which means the Spelljammer can just die for free. And you usually don't care that your dervishes only have 1 toughness if there's other targets. Okay. Opting to save this instead. Whoa, 2 archers? Okay, well that's pretty strong. We have or Poncho Mango, I should say, has a pretty good kill on one of them, but not the other. And he can't knock off this artifact unless he really tries. Pretty tough situation. Maybe he backs up and makes an army. Cassie's gonna like having all this distance, even though she can't get any value off the last tick of the artifact. This Sworn Avenger is gonna do so much work. Okay, she's playing aggressive. She wants to take more damage, so this gets bigger. Poncho Mango. What will he do? This second wish is pretty incredible against this artifact. Unfortunately, she's still got a slot in her hand, so unsummoning does not kill the Spelljammer, so might as well just go for damage? You could even cast another one of those Primus, go for big damage. Check out this damage. Cassie's gonna have to blow her big removal on it. Yeah, there it is. She's just lucky she had it. Yeah, Stoic Rooster can just keep blasting. This guy in the corner. Okay, this is definitely Mango's moment to blow the spell. You just have to get them lost in the desert. Because 5 damage every turn is not okay. It's too bad that it doesn't do anything to these minions. He might look to hit something and ping it and then cast. There it is. Lost in the desert. This is a tricky card to play around, but you sometimes have to assume your opponent has it. So this is the road to recovery. Cassie probably doesn't mind too much. There's a lot of healing in this deck. If you're running Flame Bloods, then you probably got some drains, who knows what. Maybe it's time for a Desolator. Whatever she drops, if it's a creature, it might just get immediately answered. As Cassie has almost no creep generation. Pretty aggressive deck. Ooh, the Tigress. Okay, the lure just to get a kill. So we have to do, it's gotta be the Portal Guardian to take out the Tigress, because the range plus the power. Oh, he found something else that works really nice. Okay. So he can play this however he likes. This is pretty good because it traps her. Stoker's probably going to want to drop the Latigris here in the corner, do an attack, get the cub. That doesn't actually do a lot. This is looking really nice for Mango, because he can just slap on this artifact for another 2 damage, drop a 2-1, and between what he's got, that looks like game. What he will want to do is use his ping on this Iron Dervish to kill it, to turn the swirl into Shadow Creep. Okay, so he opts to turn this one into Shadow Creep instead. And here's Health Drain to keep him in the game. So Poncho can punch for 6, which isn't gonna cut it. It might be good enough though, because he can do 6 damage and take out this nasty threat. And then drops the Wind Striker. He could also replace this, but this is kind of nice. Down to 3 hit points. This could be the final turn of the first game of the semifinals on this side. And semifinals are still just best of 3, so all it takes is 2 wins. Finally converting this Sand Swirl into spikes. Excellent. Showdown of the Titans where they both have 4 attack, but it's just over. We'll play to Mango. GG. Okay, game 1 goes to Mango. And while we let these guys set up for game 2, let's just do a quick review of the bracket and how we got here. We almost had the perfect bracket. We had a last minute registration though. But that's fine. Poncho Mango just had a break while he's waiting for round 1 to finish. And we can see Poncho Mango also went through Zane and Hoshpack to get here, where Stoic Rooster went through Creakin and Snowy Onion to get here. Kieran is just speedrunning this. He's been sitting in the finals for a bit. Oh snap, my music. Oh snap! Let's just go into it. Poncho Mango game 2 versus Stoic Rooster. Stoic Rooster no longer playing Cass. He's mixed it up. Check out this guy. Celestial Phantom is basically got death touch. Poncho Mango on the same spell suite as before. He's got quite the swarm he can build up. Going in with this spell doesn't make any sense with this nasty guy on the board. So a lot of small units has got to be the way to go. So Stoic Rooster picked this deck for these phantoms so he can take out these Portal Guardians pretty easily. Bloodseer. Taking out a Golem. This is a really hard creature to take care of because it's so tanky. If Poncho Mango was playing the Safarian deck, he could just make it a 0 power and kill it that way. Uh-oh. Big boy in the back. Anti-swarm tech. These are some unfortunate cards. Mango replaced and just found a second one. He might want to just cast one of these Scion spells just to get the damage rolling in. He could also just cast the Wind Striker, get down an Iron Shroud, get the damage going that way. He's got to think about this Thunderhorn in the back though, because Kalios can just jump it, or teleport it, or swap it. Who knows? It's getting in there. So you want a formation that's spread apart, because this Thunderhorn's just going to hit everything at once. What he can, but he's in the Delta formation. Okay. This is good placement because it protects his Metallurgist from the Phantom. Yeah, everything is spread out. So this Thunderhorn doesn't have great targets, and it's threatened by this artifact. So he's gonna need to move it. Okay, so killing Thunderhorn seems like a great idea. You can just take a step over and finish it. Yeah. Drawing 2 cards for 1 is also a great idea. Yeah, we just got it all. More great ideas have showed up in the action bar. He's gonna have to pick and choose though. Maybe the Portal Guardian plus a Dervish? That would bump up this existing Portal Guardian to be tough enough to kill this Blades, but then it immediately dies the Phantom, so maybe that's bad. This could fly somewhere specific and then get pumped up. Okay. He's just gonna kill the Phantom. At the cost of his Portal Guardian. What? They're both 3 cost creatures, but it feels like... Gotta do the 1-for-1 trade. Yo, that Phantom is really good. I don't see it much. I wonder if Stoic Rooster's got more of those. Because you can just give them haste and immediately kill something. He just sends it to the corner to be safe, which is pretty good. So Poncho Mango's just got a lot of stuff. You can see he's got a 5-unit count to just Stoic Rooster's 1. Painter takes care of minions though. So the sword is probably going to just crash in for 4 damage. Because if it doesn't, it's dying to a tiny creature. Okay, he's just gonna run away with it. Find a better use for it. So he's used his replace, and with 6 mana, it's only 1 spell. So it's gotta be something good. I don't think you want to bounce the Dancing Blade, because it will come back and slash something for 3 and heal up. So maybe he pumps up a baby panda? It would die to the swords though. That can't be right. He could also drop his 3/3 Sand Swirler Reader above him, just to wall him in. Even though it doesn't have a target. Oh, or you can get the perfect placement on your BBS. Yeah, Panda Shield. So the swords now have to take care of the small panda, because his general can't. The other option is you go for the general, take out this artifact. Like, that's not as good. With 5 cards in hand, he could blow things up if he's got the stuff for it. But he cannot get the rest of his minions out. He's running an Ox deck, so he doesn't have any spells. Or he has very few spells, if any. You can see that he has hit 5 of 7 of his numbers. Okay, 6 of 7. So if he's allowed to live 2 more turns, he can start doing some magic damage. And he has so many hit points, he's just gonna get his trial off, and then Ox comes down. Okay, so he's choosing to bounce his own EMP, or this EMP, to just get it off the table for now. Just to not have to deal with the 7-7. Although Stoic Rooster can just recast it. He's not gonna want to though, because he's so close to his trial. He wants to drop a 2-drop minion. So we're gonna see some kind of 2-drop, and then Ox. And then once the EMP comes down, it'll do 7 damage or something immediately. So he's probably going to take 2 steps left, drop a 2-drop, below that drop the Ox. And then he might be able to start dropping more stuff to immediately start blasting. There's his 2-drop. Well played. Oh, and the Thunderhorn is the perfect thing to get with this, because it will just zap a pod of units. Poncho Mango got lucky that it didn't hit himself. But it's still pretty brutal, because this trial being active, it's so strong it falls off the card. So even when this 5-5 falls, his effect stays. Which puts Poncho Mango on a pretty rough clock. He's got to get in there and get serious damage now. He did not leave himself a mana for Lost in the Desert. He did the math wrong. Oh no. Oh no! Thunderhorn's gonna get a turn? Oh, that's a devastation. Ooh. Yeah, it is so hard to come back from a player once they get the trial off. Especially when Thunderhorn is out here doing work. Well, that's basically the perfect Ox game. Which puts Mango at 1 win, 1 loss. And Stoic is going to be playing the same deck. But we'll see what Mango can counterpick with. And we will be a minute. And this is going to be Mango's counterpick, so he's going to decide what deck he wants to face this Ox player. You probably want to be playing a really fast deck that can win before they get their mini quest off, so to speak. So once they get the trial activated, it gets pretty nasty. So the real question becomes, do you have to back out and in to get this page to update? Doesn't look like it, who knows? Well, as these players are getting a minute to get started, all I had to do was say that. Let's check it out. Game 2, Game 3 in fact. This is the final semi-final match of DGG Open number 1. And we have a visitor from Rogue Legacy representing Poncho Mango. Argion Silversuit. So this is the style of deck that he's gone with to stop this Ox quest from going off. Immediately with the panda. You might want to do one step forward and then 2 minions to take a mana tile just to prevent Kalios from jumping up so much. You can also prevent them from taking mana by dropping a Silverguard Knight in their face. The diagonal step doesn't do anything. Gotta love that he's got like a yo-yo. A weird attack animation. So 5 mana, you probably don't want to do a mana steal. Really good use of the Sworn Avenger to take out the panda. Now Kalios can't get any mana. It's great. Seems like a pretty effective counter so far. This here's pretty good. Blood Tear there specifically is really good, because he can drop a 4-drop to keep his trial progressing. He seems to have regret. He pinged the Avenger for one but didn't kill it. Or he misclicked and hit the Primus Fist. Yeah. Or no, the Primus Fist took 1 damage from the Scorn's a really good 4-drop though, so no problem. Oh, check out this guy. So here's the true power of this deck. Lionar can just give themselves a gigantic late game play if they want, for the trade-off of no spells. Mango's gonna be really happy if you can get this Mana Spring next turn. Kalios might want to do a diagonal step and drop a 5 cost to here, just to take it. More Scorns? Okay, well, 7 mana. Is it time for the big boy? It is time for the Tigris, because we want to get this blistering scorn off the table. Plus, the Tigris is going to love all these artifacts. So, Poncho Mango's got a really strong next turn. And his deck is definitely coming online slightly faster than this Ox Trial. Nice to have extra mana in the pocket. You can throw it on a Titan and an Alchemist. Kalios's quest has been stalled a bit. He might not have had any 5-drops. And he can't just wait, because the Tigris in the back is gonna just destroy him. So he probably needs to take 2 steps down just to get in there. He found his 5-drop. Well played. He must know what's coming. This Titan's just going to be such a strong turn. Because this Tigris is going to hit for 4. The Tiger Cub's probably also going to hit for 4. He's going to hit for 4. That's basically game right there. He just needs the Cub to spawn somewhere close. Yeah, you got a good spawn. Good game. That's it. It looks like Mango is your second finalist. Yo! Check this out. Okay, we have witnessed Mango defeating Stoic Rooster 2-1. Check it out. Alright, we are now entering the finals. This calls for some custom music. Let's just go with good old stuff. Okay, so we have Kieran here on Songhai not playing the Ox deck. You could tell because otherwise it would have a trial under his general versus Poncho Mango. Playing a lot of Vitruvian, sometimes busting out a Lionar for funny matchups. But he's here with obelisks and dervishes. He's here with golems, in fact. He's gonna do some golem swarms. So hopefully Kieran's got some phantom monsters to deal with those portal guardians. It's like instead he's got ranged, so he can prevent this celebrant from getting another mana. Which seems good to me. Better do it. Because one way to lose a game is your opponent just gets as much mana as they want. Panda's in the way. We got Suzumibachi, so everything's okay. You can always juxtaposition threats away. It's gonna be a big backstab, so let's see if Mango's got a good response to this. Going to want to take this mana tile because the Suzu can walk far and just grab it. Panda disposed. And a very nice refill here with the Spelljammer. Get a lot of card draw off of this Bakizori, but he's mostly here for the backstab here. Okay, teleport forward for a backstab, but not a lethal on it, just chip damage. Kiaden, in fact, has some strong moves late game. Poncho Mango is very confused why someone would leave a minion at 1 health. It's like, you could have cast one more spell to get it to lethal. But it's enough value that this thing is off the table eventually. Guardian's going to be relevant pretty soon. Some card draw maxes him up to 6. He's going to want to drop 2 things or 1 thing and sacrifice the Spelljammer. Spelljammer's probably going face. Okay. Just a bunch of chip damage on everything. Okay, he's actually got a Primus to finish off the back of something, which is quite good. Might be time to backline the Panda to take care of this gigantic threat. If he wants to replace this pocket damage, because having secret damage can be really strong, because it's definitely the only copy in his deck. Zendo, you usually want to be ahead on board when you play it, so he just replaces it. Juxtaposition's okay, it's not what he wanted because he already had one. And having more copies doesn't do anything unless he's trying to fish for damage. Okay, Panda strat, pretty safe. Portal Guardian was getting out of hand. He does like buffing these pandas though. So they might just get a +2/+2. Mango with 6 mana. Usually when you're playing Vitruvian at 6, you gotta think about Fault, which is a spell that Poncho's not running. So he just needs more damage. Bone Swarm is great. And that's Contain. This is a pretty rough spot. He in fact had multiple spiral techniques. Oh, the full pass? He's just gonna go for 2 spiral techniques in a row. It's gonna do 16 damage out of nowhere, but that's... Is it gonna be fast enough? This is not fast enough. He's gonna have to replace something to see if he can get him out of this situation. Because he has 1 turn to stabilize. Panda is actually almost enough. Because he can clear 1 of the shielded minions. He can almost clear it. Might want to look to place here, step away, swap with Juxtapose. Yeah, and the teleport. That gets the shield guy out of his face. Now he can step down. And the reactivate lets him take down the artifact. He can be allowed to live 2 turns in a row with all this mana up. He can do it. Just ridiculous pocket damage. But he's just coming in too fast. Poncho Mango is your game 1 victor of this best of 5. So he needs 2 more wins to secure this. Game 2. Let's watch from Mango's perspective now that he's up 1. Alright. Here's a closer look into the deck that we just saw. Seen a couple games from his perspective now, and we can see that Zeron is the counter for it. So here comes healing and power. Although Zeron might be at a disadvantage starting second. Let's see if Kiaran can overcome that. Poncho Mango's going to have some explosive draw. Okay, so this is a build deck. This minion in particular is going to let Kieran draw cards whenever a build happens. Good creature because it cantrips. It draws a card to replace itself immediately. Lightbender is the ultimate counter for Portal Guardian because it turns into a big wall. So a good counter to Vitruvian if you're running into a bunch of them in the ladder, try running some Lightbenders. He's going to make use of it anyway by giving it attack power. No opportunity for card draw yet though, so he might just give it another buff for another draw. Okay, good draw. He now is really strong next turn. So all Poncho Mango could do that turn was stack on a ton of buffs, but that's pretty fine, because what, are you gonna dispel this minion a second time? I mean, it's a good play too, I guess. Lionar is gonna struggle to deal this much damage to a minion next to a general. So just dispel it again, no problem. Infinite healing online? So Zeron is probably just going to stay in this one square for the rest of the game, because you can just heal up, and then she'll come after you once she has a ton of damage. This Bone Swarm puts 2 minions to 1 health, which is not great, but might be better than playing Scion Second Wish for the 3rd time on this thing. I guess it's only been cast on once on it. Doing it. Okay. He just gives it a +2/+2 just so it can crash down this 3/3. And he is smiling about that predicament. But Zeron does threaten a lot of card draw having this architect in play. Poncho Mango can take care of any creatures, no problem. Don't know if he's running any Dispel. So this Kieran could get out of hand with damage. Okay. Shuffling it up a bit. This is pretty strong because this Inquisitor Kron is going to keep this Portal Guardian from ever getting to Zeron. So you can't really get any value out of this. Just do one. Might as well not even have a shield. Kron's pretty nasty, but it could be unsummoned potentially. There it goes! Just clearing some stuff off the table. You never know when a creature is going to become a holy immolation beacon. Kieran's stuck with 6 cards in hand. He's going to have to do more than just play Kron and pass, because if that happens, he's going to draw a 6th card, and then the second Sand Swirler just kills it. Alabaster Titan! That's right, it was a Titan deck all along. This Blood Tier Alchemist is looking really good, as is this Bone Swarm. But that's not enough sources of pings. He might have to throw down the Spelljammer to draw an answer, because this is such a gigantic power spike. So it's definitely better to have that thing off the table, even though it could be recasted to refresh all these artifacts. It just needs to go. Might even just recast it now to have a giant body. Okay, we got other plays. So you know that the Lionheart player doesn't have any spells, so you don't have to play around those anymore. But dealing with the threat in your face, it's pretty good. This is one of the top archetypes for sure, back in the day, and still is these days. Definitely curious what the counterpick would be. With 8 mana, he could drop most of his hand. He doesn't have any more replace options. Portal Guardian is just the best dude to have. Might get cleared next turn. Right for it. Yeah. So the trick to a Titan player is you don't let them have any minions, and you just try to clear them as quickly as you can. But as soon as this blade takes a step left, it becomes a 6/6 with a force field. And you have to assume these artifacts are just going to be here forever now. One in the hand and probably another 2 in the deck. Pretty strong, 10 damage right here. Could just take Poncho Mango to 3. And keep him locked down in the process. Fortunately, it was not a haste minion. Or the minion with rush. Call that one the Broken Prisoner because it's broken. Okay, this looks like too much lockdown. Good game. Oof. I don't even know what card could possibly get him out of that. Spelljammer seems like the replace because it's not instant. Portal Guardian can't even come up to sweep the artifact away because everything is locked down. plays what he can. Titan is an incredible card. The deck is just so strong. Of course, the trade-off is you don't get your Trinity Oaths and Healing Immolations, Tempests. But it's worth. Good game. That puts Kieran up 1-1. Yes, indeed. Let's spectate from Kieran's perspective as we just saw how he does. Poncho Mango's busted out Safarion. Fortunately, Kieran's got Titan immediately. Going for the Lancer first, he's going to want to get some healing procs. This Herald will get him there. But it might be sniped down in 2 turns. So if he's really thirsty, he could take the step down, take the hit, get the heal. Doesn't want it. Jammer's a good play here. So now he has a lot of healing. Once he gets the Sunrise around, he can do some work. Oh, a quality constraint to kill the Lancer. So Kieran wasn't able to get any damage bumps off of that. Check out these cool emotes. He's finding more Sunrisers, not what he wanted, because he doesn't have any healing circles to keep him going. So he's probably just gonna drop the 5-drop. He doesn't have very many good targets though. Perhaps he drops the build healer. And then... he wants to trade this Dream Shaper, but he also wants to approach this Sworn Avenger. Can't do both. definitely a tough position. Didn't get the draws he wanted. Okay. So his goal is to have some units out by the time he hits 7. So just play some units. So the thing to look out for next turn is these dancing blades being put in front of the Sword Avenger to take it out. But the way to play around that is you could actually have the archer behind the building. That would protect it. But that's kind of a weird counterplay. Okay, we've got a kill spell for the building. Kieran is not able to build up a board. This counter pick is working really well. He can finally kill the Sworn Avenger with the sword. Next turn, maybe he turns it around with this incredible Titan. But he's got his work cut out for him. This Guardian could be huge by the time he gets in. Probably trading in 4 damage here. Sand Swirl is incredible. That was such a strong play, that could be it. How do you even come back? The full set of equipment is gonna just get knocked off immediately. Last game he had a bunch of provoke out. This game, it looks like it's going to 3. We're going to game 4 after this, possibly. One more turn? What do we got? Okay, so there is Kron for a little bit of lockdown. It's not enough, though. Blades doesn't have any target. Sunriser's been a dead card all game. Sunriser plus Scintilla almost does something, but it's too tiny, too late. You probably just play Titan on the swirl and then chop away a 3/4. And then the turn after, get hit from here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then if this gets bumped up at all, then it's game over. He's already used up his replace, so maybe Kieran's thinking of some other line. This Sunforged Lancer would have been nice if it was here earlier. Go for the Lancer play anyway. Scintilla down is really good. It's like the perfect minion. Well played, well played. Poncho Mango. Okay, everyone, get ready for Game 4 of the DGG Open #1. Let's spectate from Poncho Mango, as he only needs a single game to clutch this out. Okay, Kieran is still going with Lionar, but he has switched it up to Argion. Metallurgist is a really good first turn play because you can drop the Celebrant for 1. Keeps you mana neutral. Sun Wisps are here for some mana ramping though. Or this is card return. Yeah, it's a Vanar Wisp for mana ramp. So this is just a free card to play. Denies a mana. Probably gonna do 2 damage to the general. And this cat was placed far back enough that it can't just be killed immediately by the golem. So he's choosing to use the mana right away instead of banking. Ooh, we found some card draw in the process. But do you put down the Sworn Avenger first? Yeah, because now you can put the +1/+1 on that. Then move the cat up, I guess, take the mana with a diagonal play. Taking out this Metallurgist is pretty good for the cost reduction. Okay. Spelljammer to deny the mana. Pretty good. The Avenger's just gonna get a kill here. We could, I guess, send everything towards the Spelljammer to take care of it. If you just really hate extra card draw. Because this is how he draws cards. Minions. Here's a Dancing Blade. Pretty good minion. Let's clear this. This is pretty good hand quality. The swirling Sand Swirl Reader is just going to kill this because we have a 6 of 6 in hand. That's something you definitely want to watch out for if you're playing these. It makes it so good. You just got to do it. And then they show up here on the burn counter thing. Pretty good. He's just getting blasted. Check out this new unit, and we've got a dispel for the archer finally. First time I've seen a brawler in this tournament. Usually a gauntlet all-star. This thing is so good. You probably just need to burn the good removal on it. Although it does feel bad to use removal on something that costs less mana. Maybe he can play a creature instead and generate something here. Don't believe the lies that this card says it generates a 2/2 though, because it definitely generates a 2/1. Okay, we're going for the Portal Guardians to win later. Okay. Some card draw is really good tier to just fill out his action bar. You only really get punished against a max action bar if you're fighting Sans World Readers. Okay, Kiaren, what can you get done? This brawler could do a diagonal step, get punchy, do another diagonal step, get punchy again. Doesn't do enough though. You could take out a Metallurgist and the Avenger with it. That seems okay. He could pump this thing up so it does 12 damage. Dispel absolutely murdering this Guardian. Way better to use it here instead of on the swirl. Pretty good little force. You may have noticed that this Lionar has not cast any spells. He's likely just holding on to a Titan and waiting to drop it. So a counterplay to that is try to clear as much as you can. Dream Shaper kills the 1/1. Blood of Air, probably used. Could also get the Portal Guardian buffed to kill the 1/1. Okay, some aggressive movements. Poncho Mango seems to have it all. He's got full heal, plays this for the full cards. He'll want to play something so he can redraw and draw something else. This might be too much, even for a Titan. Because EMP here absolutely deals with Titan. Pretty good use of the ping. And Healing Mystic can attack. Kieran's gonna have to pull something out of the bag, and I don't think a 7-7. Well, it's gotta be. He might not have drawn it. He replaced instantly, and now he's just thinking. He's gonna have to try his hardest though, because he cannot take another loss. This is it. He's gonna need 2 wins in a row to clutch out this. And the problem with the artifact suite is this Portal Guardian doesn't die to a hit. And this other one's coming in. And he only has a single minion to work with. This one healing mystic. Okay, if you roar it and you drop the Titan, then you can do 6 damage. Placing it there defensively. Yeah. Right. Skywind Glaive's handing off some extra attack, so 8 damage. Plus the roar, yeah. So this is pretty strong looking, but we've got answers. Shredding all the artifacts seems so worth it. Interesting to get the card draw here. Guess he was hoping for something other than grapple. Okay. We're saving EMP for the second Titan. Pushing damage for the last 5. Could this be it? Even consecutive Titans running probably can't get him out of this situation. If he has slow, he's just playing what he's got. So Lightbender could be stolen by Grapnel. Swarm King Scarab is also a really good finisher. He's spoiled for choice, really. Portal Guardian is not it though, because it got turned off. Here's the answer or die Scarab. If he had spells, Decimate would be the perfect answer here. But being a Titan player, there is nothing that can stop this. Like, if it had ranged, it could at least die to crossbones, but since it has blast, this is gonna take one hell of a maneuver. Repulsor Beast. Okay, he found a way to get a tiny amount of healing, but that doesn't deal with the insect swarm. Well played. Poncho Mango is your DGG Open #1 champion. Woo! Next time you see him on the ladder, he's gonna have a really cool icon of a trophy. Oh, there it is. GG's. Okay. Poncho Mango is quite the buster. One last update to the bracket. Anyone who is keeping tabs on this bracket is going to see before the stream even commentates on it that Poncho Mango went 3-1. Here's our top 8. Congratulations to everybody who played and for everyone who watched. Cool stuff. We are definitely going to be doing more of these in the future. As for when, yeah, maybe a month. But I hope you liked the show. Good stuff. We're gonna shut it down. GG's. Thank you everyone for joining. Adios.